So Caleb and I met in college. His dad actually introduced us. We dated for a couple of years and we got married in 2015. And moving away from churches that we grew up in was very difficult. I grew up in the same church for 22 years. I knew the pastor. We went to kids' church. We went to anytime the doors were open, our family was there.
So we had both grown up in the same church that we were each individually involved with. But once we got married, we knew both of those were a good ways away. We had moved up to the north side of Atlanta where we are now, and we knew that we didn't want to make that commute every Sunday. And honestly, we both just felt like we needed something fresh. We both felt like God was wanting us to start something together. We weren't looking for somewhere to just go to church every week and then go home. And so we were actually trying to Google churches that were close to us that had a service time that would work, where we could still go to church and then she could head off to work. And we weren't able to find really anything that worked.
I was going through the junk mail and I saw a Westridge flyer, had no idea what it was, but they actually had a service that was at 9 o'clock, which was perfect for our schedule that day. And yeah, that's how we found Westridge upon a flyer.
We had never heard of Westridge, had never seen anything about Westridge, and we live 10 minutes down the road. And we said, hey, let's try it this coming Sunday and we'll see what happens. From the time that we pulled into the parking lot and we had people waving at us, there was definitely a warm, welcoming feeling at Westridge. So after a few weeks and months of us going to the church, we knew we wanted to get plugged in. For a few months I served, and because of the tremendous experience that I had serving there at Westridge and just getting to know more people and making connections, we both felt like we wanted to kind of take our next step in our walk with Christ. And for us, that was joining a group.
Definitely the first several times that we went to groups was very scared. I'm not the type of person to just go to someone I don't know and just have a conversation with.
It was something that neither one of us were super comfortable at first with. We felt like it might be a little awkward, it might be weird. But at group launch, we were actually told, stick with it for 6 weeks. No matter how awkward it is or how weird you might feel like it is, just make a commitment to stick with it and really give it a real try. And so we did, and it did not take 6 weeks. Within a few weeks, we felt like we were comfortable and we were making connections, and it was causing us to have conversations that were deeper than just listening to a message and then going home and forgetting about what it was.
But once those nerves went away and we got more comfortable, we definitely were able to open up more. It really challenges us in our walks with Christ and with our walks in our marriage and just our daily lives with friends. And
for Jess and I personally, joining a group was one of the best decisions we've ever made. It's birthed some really great friendships that we both have talked about and feel like it'll be lifelong. But more than that, it's pointed us to Christ in so many different ways. Whenever we first came to Westridge, we were both coming from churches where everybody knew us. I was a pastor's kid. She had been there for 22 years. We were well known and knew everybody in the church, basically. So going from that to going to a church where we literally walked in and didn't know a single person was tough. The small groups has changed that in such a big way where it makes it feel like such a family feel to go in, and now we're starting to know people and we feel like we're becoming more a part of the Westridge family. We're really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for us through Westridge and seeing what God has in store.